What does that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another game review. And today I'm very excited to check out Picassimo from Haba Games. This is for 3 to 6 players, ages 8 to 99. I'll take, 20 to 30 minutes to play. And in Picassimo, you are going to be creating pictures that you're going to be told what to create. But then your pictures are going to get reconstructed and other people are going to try and guess what your pictures are. If they can guess it, you're going to get points, they're going to get points, and as you guess, you're trying to get the most points in the end. Now, Haba is typically known for outstanding children's games with outstanding components. This is one of their first forays, as far as I know, into the party game market. Does it succeed? Let's open it up and I'll tell you what I think. Alrighty then, we're going to take a look at what you're going to get inside of Picassimo. So first and foremost, we're going to handy dandy rule sheet. You're only going to need 7 pages out of it. It's full of color, full of pictures, illustrations, examples, and it's pretty well done. It should have you up and running in no time at all. So in Picassimo, what you're going to be doing is you are going to be trying to draw the best looking pictures. However, the pieces of the picture are going to pop out and are going to be modified. So what you're going to be left with is going to look something like this, something that's kind of weird. If your picture is still good enough that other people can guess it, you're going to get points and they are going to get points. So in this game, you are going to be drawing pictures, modifying those pictures, and then hoping that other people guess pictures and also trying to guess other people's pictures. So let's go over the components. Let's get into the gameplay. So first and foremost, everyone is going to get one of these little shields right here to hide your drawing. They're pretty nice. Actually, I thought it was kind of cool. You actually insert this part right here, which is a sticker. And on this left side, it's going to have whatever language you speak. And on the right side, you're going to have one of these cards. And I'll show you how this works. These are easy words. These are medium words. These are hard words. At the beginning of the game or at the beginning of the round, so if you want to switch it up from time to time, you're going to say, all right, we are going to start on the easy ones. So we're all doing it from the easy ones. Also, if you want to put a handicap on someone who is maybe a really good drawer or has great spatial awareness, they can do the mediums, you can do the easies. One thing I love about Haba games, you can always kind of modify them. So everybody is going to have 2 words to choose from to draw. So grandma or candle for me. But as you can see, there's a huge stack of these cards. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of cards. Tons of cards in the game, which is a great thing. Now, what you're going to do is everyone with their shield up is going to take their marker, and when someone says go, is going to start drawing whichever one of these 2 things they pick. Now, I do want to mention these markers are absolutely terrible markers. Like, one of them was just completely dead right from the jump, and another one was pretty much on its last legs, and just none of them are really good markers. Let's see, that's the best one, I guess. Big ding on this game is the terrible markers, but luckily, hopefully, you have extras. So, everyone's going to start, everyone's going to be drawing at the same time. I'm going to draw a candle with this terrible marker, and fill it in. And now, what's going to happen is, there's some rules. So the first rule is you can't use words, numbers, symbols, all of that sort of general stuff that you should know from playing any number of games like this. Now, the other big rule is that you have to make sure that part of your drawing is in each one of these 6 squares, because these 6 squares are going to move. Let's see if this marker is a little bit better. Nope, it's equally as terrible. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So there would be my candle. Maybe I put a little smoke right here. And bada boom, you can kind of tell it's a candle. Granted, we use different markers, but I wanted to use these for the example. So now that I'm done, I would say done. Now, everyone else at the same time is going to be drawing frantically. And how this works is there's no timer for how long it takes to draw, but once someone gets done, they're going to say done. And once you get done, you say done, and you can't draw anymore. And depending on the player count, once there's only 1 person left or 2 people left still drawing, you give them a 3, 2, 1, stop. And then they have to stop regardless of what's going to happen. So, now that we have our drawings drawn, what's going to happen is one person is going to flip over this card right here. And this is also going to show you how many rounds are in the game, because you'll play over 7 rounds. They're going to flip over one, and everyone is going to flip 2 of their tiles. So 1 would go to the 4 spot, and 5 would go to the 6 spot. So I would put 1 and 4 would do a flipperoo, which kind of stinks. And then, let's see, 5 and 6 would do a flipperoo, so that would go here, that would go there. That one really Yeah, that, oh man, this is, I would not be getting any points with this particular drawing right here. But granted, we were playing with better markers when we played. So now, everyone has swapped out 1, 4, 5, and 6. And what you're going to do now is one at a time, you're each going to reveal your picture. And everyone is going to be guessing frantically. So they might be like, baseball bat, cartoon, blah, 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 blah. And this is where the spatial awareness aspect of the game comes into play, because you kind of have to try and put it back together in your brain. And you'll also notice right here, it's up a little bit, which is a slight annoyance. I'll mention it more in the pros and cons, but it's not a deal breaker by any stretch of the imagination. But everyone's going to be guessing pretty frantically, just guess, 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 guess. After a certain point, and this is really on you to decide, you're going to put the puzzle back in order if no one gets it correct. So let's just pretend that someone did get it correct by some miracle and they guessed it's a candle. If that happens, then I'm going to score 3 points. So I go boop with my marker that doesn't work. And they would also go 3 on their scorecard as well, and we'd be done. But if no one guessed it correctly, then I would start putting them back into order. So I might say, all right, I'm going to put the 1 and the 4 back into order. People are still going to be guessing at this point, but now it should be easier because I'm putting the picture back together. I'm going to put 5 and 6 back together, maybe give them like another 10 seconds. And if anyone gets it during this phase, they're only going to gain 1 point, and you're only going to gain 1 point, but still not better than nothing. And then if no one guesses it, period, after about 10 seconds of having it back like this, then nobody scores any points for this round, and the next person is going to reveal their picture. You're going to do that until everyone has revealed their picture, at which point you will erase this, and it doesn't come with any sort of cloths or anything like that, which is another slight annoyance. And then you are going to rinse, wash, and repeat, getting a different card and doing it yet again. You'll do it 7 times. Whoever has the most points after 7 rounds will be the winner of Picassimo. And that, in a nutshell, is how the game is played. Alrighty then, Picassimo from Haba Games. What are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pros, let's go over the cons. First, on the con side, obviously this is a drawing party game, which is going to be a turnoff to a lot of people. If you're not in the market for a drawing party game, you're going to want to look elsewhere. Also, other people will be better at this game if they're good at drawing or if they're good at spatial awareness. In particular, spatial awareness. Now, the drawing aspect is not a huge deal because you can all be on easy and he can be on medium, and that will kind of counterbalance it. But the spatial awareness one, I played with actually 2 people who were just super good with like reconstructing the picture in their head, and they crushed everybody just on the guessing alone. Like, they could have just drawn like scribbles pretty much, and they still would have crushed because they were so good at just putting that picture back together. So that is something that I did want to warn you about. But in a party game like this, it wasn't a big deal to me. So that's more of a minor nitpick. Now, moving on to bigger nitpicks, which is, oh my gosh, these markers are terrible. Like, super duper, find them on the bottom of a trash can in a 2nd grade classroom terrible. They're so dried out, straight from out of the box. Like, I pulled off the shrink wrap. I got one of these out to try and draw something, and one of them was already dead. The other one was pretty much dead, and the rest of them were, yeah, they were in hospice care, marker hospice care, because they're such terrible markers, which was just flabbergasting to me. If you know Haba Games, you know outstanding components is their calling card. So the fact that they went cheap on these markers really was kind of shocking. Also, I love the concept of the board, but it doesn't always go into play just quite the way you want it to, and it pops up from time to time. It's a minor nitpick. It's not a huge deal, but it is something that I did want to mention. Last comment I have with the game, at least component-wise, is the fact that I wish there would have been a little bit more instructions on how to install like these little plastic sheets in here, because I almost wrecked one of them when I was first trying to do it. I just wanted a little bit. I wanted them to hold my hand just for maybe like an extra 2 sentences there. That's a very small nitpick, because obviously once you set up the game, you'll never need to do it ever again. And the stickers feel, the plastic sticker things feel like absolute top-notch quality. So they didn't skimp on the stickers, which is huge, because if they did, oh my gosh, this would have been a much more poor review. Any other cons I have with this? No, I mean, if you go into it knowing that it's a party game, knowing that it's a drawing game, and knowing that someone who's great at spatial awareness is going to punch you in the neck, then I really can recommend Picassimo as long as you have your own dry erase markers. And that's the huge con with this game, is that just somebody at Haba dropped the ball on those markers. But moving on to the pros, I really dug the game. And everybody I played this game with was like, oh, this is a really cool concept for a game, because yes, you have that artist friend who's really good at drawing, but the spatial awareness aspect can kind of level the playing field, and I really like that. Also, it was just fun to laugh at people's pictures, and then even the best is when people start putting it back together and they just expect you to be able to figure it out. You're just like, what's this? You're a terrible artist. Get out of here. It's a fun, light, family weight party game, and that's really what I can tell you here. I enjoyed it. I know this is one of Haba's first forays into this marker, and I think it's a great one. Now, would I like to see a reprint in the future with more players and better markers? Yes, I would. For it as it stands now, Picassimo, if you don't mind going to get 6 more dry erase markers, this is a really fun party game that I can easily recommend to you. This one, I'm not going to keep on my shelf, but I'm actually going to give to one of my very good buddies who I game with all the time, because his family is full of artists. But still, a game that I can definitely recommend to you if you're in the market for a party game that involves drawing, or a family game. That is Picassimo. I enjoyed it quite a good deal, aside from the stupid markers. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below in the comments below. Let me know, what is your favorite drawing game? For me personally, it is Telestrations After Dark. Hands down, nothing even comes close to me in that aspect. But that being said, I definitely did enjoy this game, and it's still not Telestrations, but it is definitely a fun little game. It's different though. I really like how the point structure works in this game compared to that game. But let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite drawing game? And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.